Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Ryan Wilson. I'm the Executive Director of the Arizona State Chapter of Normal. And with us today, we've got a full panel. We're going to be discussing some of the marijuana bills for the 2021 legislative session. And we started this up yesterday talking about, one of the ones that's not very good out there. And we're going to talk a little bit about the good stuff here. But I'm going to turn it on over to Mike after we go through and introduce each member of the panel here. So starting off, Mike Robinette, go ahead and why don't you say hi, Mike?
Morning, everyone. Greetings from Cattown, Arizona. Mike Robinette, Southern Arizona Normal, as well as Arizona Normal. Great to be here. Great to talk with you today.
Thanks, Mike. Julie.
Mike, you crack me up. Hi, y'all. I'm Julie Gunnagle. I am the new Director of Politics and Civic Engagement for Arizona Normal.
Thank you, Julie. AJ.
Good morning, everybody. I'm AJ Jacobs. I'm the Secretary for Arizona Normal. Happy to be here. Proud to serve.
Thank you. Thank you. John.
Yeah, good morning here from the Coronado Historic District in downtown Phoenix. I am John Udell. I am the Communications Director of Arizona Normal.
Awesome. Thank you. Rachel.
Hey, everybody. I'm the new Show Low Arizona Liaison, and it's great to see you all this morning.
Welcome, welcome. Dan.
Good morning, everybody. My name's Dan Heddy, and I'm the liaison for Yuma and also the director of the Veterans Cannabis Group of Arizona. Welcome.
Thank you, Dan. And Mike Robinette, I'm going to turn it back over to you to start this show off.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ryan. Good morning, everyone, again. John, great introduction, by the way.
Thank you, Mike. I learned from
we're all developing our introductions, and so it's all good. Good morning, everyone, again. Ryan did allude to what we're going to be talking about today. It's kind of like the old spaghetti western with Clint Eastwood, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But we talked about the bad yesterday. Today, we're going to kind of talk about juxtaposing the good and the bad with a couple of research bills, and then John's going to address another good bill. But before we get to all that with Julie, John, and me, kind of want to go around and just let AJ, Dan, and Rachel talk about their excitement relative to, as you know, our upcoming lobby week is occurring next week, February 8th through the 12th. And get this, we now have, and I won't even try to reference it on my hands because I can't do it. We now have 47 scheduled meetings, 3 more to get to 50. And that's as soon as this live stream's over, that's where I'm going. I'm back on the phone scheduling meetings. So with that, AJ, give us some scoop. Talk to us about your participation in Lobby Day.
Again, I'm Lobby Week. I'm very excited to be a part of this. Having learned from previous experiences regarding this, again, this is our opportunities as not only as organizations, but as constituents. Everybody okay? But as constituents, to talk to our legislators, to talk to our representatives, to get our faces out there, to get your faces out there, to let our representatives know what it is that we care about, what it is that we want them to push forward, and how they can represent our community and how they can represent you as a constituent, to keep our democracy moving forward. So I'm very excited to be part of this process. It really, really is something that we all need to take a part of, and to see this process through, and in order to keep our rights and our democracy moving forward. So I'm very excited to be here.
Thank you, AJ. Rachel.
Hey, everybody. This will be my first lobby week, and I'm getting so excited. We're almost there. This will be just a great opportunity to see right from the representatives' mouths what they're supporting, what they're interested in, and give us a chance to be able to speak to them and let them know how we feel about these issues. So definitely come out and be a part of this. This is going to be awesome.
Thank you, Rachel. Appreciate it. And Dan, talk to us.
We got you, Dan.
Dan.
I think you might be having some technical difficulties there.
Might be. Well, we'll come back to Dan. In the meantime, let's address the bulk of the presentation, and that is the good, the bad. Well, later we'll talk about the ugly. So yesterday we talked about the bad. You might recall we talked about HB 2084, that horrendous DUI bill. But today there's actually a good bill in the Senate, or in the legislature. And there's a couple of good bills we want to talk about. So Julie's going to talk about one good bill relative to research, and then John's going to talk about another great bill from our friend and ally, Representative Powers Hanley out of LD9. And then I'm going to juxtapose Julie's good bill on research versus what might not be a very good bill, or in essence, a bad bill relative to research. With that, Julie, let's talk a good research bill.
I'd go one further. I think this is a great research bill, or even a fantastic research bill, brought to the Arizona legislature by friend to intelligent cannabis policy Representative Payne, and we are so happy to be in support. So just to give you the lowdown, we're talking about HB 2298. This is a research bill that so far has passed Health and Human Services unanimously and rules. So we're really hoping to have a great push on Lobby Day so that everybody knows that we stand behind intelligent marijuana research. So what this bill does is it appropriates money from the Medical Marijuana Fund to fund research. Those research projects would happen in Arizona universities using plants that are cultivated by local dispensaries. And that really matters, because for years it has been easier for a high school student to access marijuana than it has been for researchers who want to study it. And this helps solve that problem. It creates a system where we can know more about cannabis than we ever have before, where we have studies that are approved by the FDA, that are homegrown, that are home cultivated, and then getting published in peer-reviewed medical journals so that we have access to knowledge. And who doesn't love more knowledge? So we stand in full support of 2298, and we need your help, though, to get that all the way through the legislature, because we've passed some big hurdles and steps, but we need to get it all the way through and then signed by our governor in order to make this happen. So we need your help at Lobby Day.
Thank you so much, Julie. Appreciate that. In a moment after John, we go to John, I'll kind of talk about a bill that's a research bill, but not something we support. And John's going to address HB 2256. That's a bill brought to us by our friend and ally, as I said, Representative Powers Hanley down here in LD9. And with that, John.
Yes, thank you, Mike. Like Julie said, we here at Arizona Normal love knowledge. We also love easier access to medical marijuana. And that's exactly what HB 2256 would do, introduced by Representative Powers Hanley, a strong ally of the medical marijuana program and marijuana reform. So what HB 2256 would do is it would make it so not only physicians could prescribe medical marijuana, but also nurse practitioners and physicians' assistants. And what that means is it would be easier for you to get a medical marijuana card, and you'd likely be able to do that more cheaply as well, because there'd be more competition in the industry. And as many of you folks at home know, we've been beating this drum. It was the subject of a META conversation last night. The medical marijuana program did not disappear because Prop 207 was approved by Arizona's voters. There are still a lot of benefits to keeping your medical marijuana card, from avoiding that 16% excise tax to retaining your protections against discrimination. There are many reasons to keep your medical marijuana card. HB 2256 would make it even easier and cheaper for you to do that. And that's why we strongly support HB 2256. It's another good piece of legislation that's going to be debated this session.
Excellent. Thank you so much, John. We appreciate that. And now to kind of talk about the opposite side of what Julie referenced, we've mentioned this bill before, HCR. It's a concurrent resolution, which simply means it just has to have a majority up and down vote in both chambers to get it to the ballot as a referendum to be voted on by citizens. HCR 2024 is Representative Bowers' attempt at a research bill. It is the same language from last year of Representative Bowers' infamous 2% hemp, make medical marijuana hemp program bill, except now the THC cap is out, so thumbs up to that. However, this bill only wants to sanction research into two things, and it's probably all based out of Alex Berenson's "Tell Your Children" book. And so, what Representative Bowers wants to do is just research two concepts: the relationship of marijuana use and schizophrenia, and the relationship between marijuana use and violent behavior. That's it. No other research. No research like Representative Payne's bill about the efficacy of cannabis, the idea of how does marijuana or cannabis interact with other prescription drugs, so that we can fully understand the effects of marijuana use with other prescription drugs. That's good stuff from our perspective in the cannabis community, to learn more about how marijuana affects us, and so that we can be transparent about the use, and also be transparent about, is there any relationship between harm, et cetera, et cetera. So we're really happy with Representative Payne's bill, but relative to Representative Bauer's bill, if it's not bad enough that we're only going to focus on 2 topics, this bill also taps 5%, tax a 5% tax on medical marijuana businesses, and then takes that money outside of the medical marijuana program to fund seriously mentally ill services. So on all levels, it's just a bad bill. Hence, Julie with the good bill, John with the good bill, and sadly, I've been relegated to discuss the bad bill. But here's the thing. Regardless if they're good or bad bills, we have an opportunity next week to discuss all of them with our legislators. And that's really the purpose of this live stream, is to, again, join us next week. We're really excited. 47 meetings established already, with the hope of getting to 50 today. And we would love to have you join us to speak with your legislators. As AJ and everyone else has said, this is grassroots democracy at its finest. This is your chance to really, really participate in that process, to talk not just with any elected official, your own personal elected official who you're a constituent of. And that's really powerful. So we're looking forward to having everyone join us next week. Ryan will probably put up a link to where you can go to volunteer. We'd love to hear from you. Still lots of time to register, get signed up. I'm going to be scheduling meetings the rest of the morning. So we're still working hard, getting everything ready. And we look forward to having you guys participate in our virtual lobby week. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mike. One quick question here that I wanted to just kind of out there and kind of, if you do research looking to find a link between one piece of information and another, what do you typically find? A link, don't you? But if you're not looking for things outside of that, you're restricted. So like when it comes down to the research bill, and I just wanted to make that comment. If you have a research study that looks specifically and only for a link between one thing here, like marijuana use and violent behavior, for example, you're only going to be finding or looking for whatever you can to be able to find that, right? So thank you for going through and doing that wonderful explanation there.
Oh, that happened yesterday morning as well. Well, I'll kind of hold on. Ryan's back. We'll get him back in.
Maybe.
That's that uncomfortable pregnant pause of live streaming. Oh, there
Hang on, though. We got another question in the chat. Where can I sign up?
Oh,
Ashley, we got you.
Ryan, where can they sign up? Is that still where they go? ArizonaNormal.org/volunteer.
Yeah, it should be on the bottom of the screen here, Arizona.normal.org/volunteer. Absolutely. And
we'll look for you signing up, Ashley.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Are we good to go? Anyone else like to say anything before we sign off here this morning?
I'd just like to thank each of you and the entire group of Arizona Normal for your help and your work with creating and getting all this lobby week scheduled and getting it going. And I will pre-thank you for next week, because next week's going to be an incredible experience. It's going to be a little hectic, a little trying, but we're going to have a great time. And I just want to pre-thank all of you for all your hard work and also for your hard work leading up to lobby week. So thank you so much to each of you.
I want to double down on that, because we have one of the best damn boards around, and it is so much fun to work with y'all. And for anybody who's contemplating volunteering, this is a group to get involved in. When you talk about people who actually get things done, who, care deeply about these issues and are just fun to work with, that's your board at Arizona Normal.
Thank you so much.
I would be remiss to not also credit Mike for all of the serious hard work that goes into making this happen. A lot of it is behind the scenes, but there are hours and hours of time spent making sure that you have the opportunity to speak truth to power. And we're really happy to assist you with that. And we sincerely thank Mike for all of his efforts.
Thanks, John. I appreciate that.
I'm not going to thank Mike yet until he gets to 50. 47 is good. But if we're not at 50, I'm sorry. We're like, come on. Let's just raise that bar. No, I'm just kidding. No.
By the way, we do have an opening on the board. It's for secretary now. And
But honestly, Mike, thank you. And John, I think
no problem, AJ. I appreciate it.
that is just a really excellent point. Speaking truth to power and the incredible amount of time that goes behind the scenes of all of the stuff that happens in behind the scenes so that the medical world and the recreational world can take place. It's really, really neat to be a part of this. And it's fun, but yeah, it's a lot of work. And Mike, thank you so much for doing all the scheduling.
My pleasure. I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it and if it didn't have meaning. So
Yep, agreed.
All right. Well, thank you all. Much appreciated. You all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. What's our next show here that we're doing tomorrow, Mike?
Tomorrow we're going to be talking about a couple other bills that have the potential of being phenomenal bills with a few tweaks to them. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow to whet your appetite. We won't tell you what they are, so you'll join us tomorrow. So look for the link. We'll have the link out later, or the promotion of the live stream. We'll have that out later today, and we hope to see you again bright and early at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, Friday.
Stay tuned.
I know.